Hello, welcome to this week's episode of the Old Pods podcast. I'm Alan, this is Paul.
Hello.
So, this week we are going to talk about a selection of our favourite or memorable comedy movies and shows. So, we'll get started. Do you want to go first, Paul? Do you want to jump into
I
the first
can
one?
do. In absolutely no uncertain order, because like we were just saying, I couldn't say what my favourite comedy is. But
Yeah.
I think the film that I laughed the hardest at, and this again, it's a scene that I found funny. So spoilers. This is going to be heavy spoilers as far as jokes go.
Yeah, I think
Comedy
throughout all
films.
of this will be spoilers. I mean,
We'll be talking
there's,
about the
there's
funniest bits. Yeah.
yeah,
Um.
uh,
The but I found the whole film very funny anyway. There's a film called The Campaign. It's got Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis in.
uh,
And the two have you seen it?
I've not seen it.
No.
No.
Will Ferrell is like he's a politician and I don't know how American politics how it works. I don't know if he's governor or senator or what, but he's up for re-election in a town where there's only him standing for election, and there's like political players who I think are supposed to be the Koch brothers, uh, mega money. They want to interfere with elections and stuff like that and have their guy put in place and essentially knock him out. But this Will Ferrell's not a good man or politician. He's a complete shithouse. Um, yeah, he's like a womanizer. He's always on the take. He just doesn't really give a shit about the job. He's a politician because it's easy for him, and
Yeah.
he's running unopposed. But Zach Galifianakis is this kind of very camp, effeminate, just kind of like a local busybody who everybody considers a little bit of a joke. And the whole film's this team of money people trying to tidy him up and get him fighting with Will Ferrell for votes.
Ah, yeah.
Um, it's really funny. I'm making it sound drier and more boring than it is. You don't really need to understand American politics at all because it's very much it's signposted along the way, and you just know that you have to go at each other. Essentially,
Yeah.
it's a popularity contest. That's where it is because it's like a small town. Um, yeah, and I'm not really sure I want to talk about the funniest bit in it because I think it would take away from it. But if you haven't seen it, but there's just a lot of Will Ferrell being dumb, which he's really good at.
Mm,
When he plays like a jockey kind of dumbass.
yeah. Kind of like
There's
Anchorman.
a little bit, yeah, yeah, and they go to these they create these public events where they sort of trying to outdo each other and stuff like that. And it's very funny. I'll tell you the bit that I found
Yeah, yeah. Just tell
hilarious.
me. Just go.
I
Yeah.
think I think they have like a town hall they call them where the public they all gather and ask them questions and they going back and forth at each other, digging at each other and sort of getting little wins on one another. And then afterwards they come out and all the people like the townsfolk are there to greet them. And there's a woman with a baby at the end of this corridor, and they sort of they walking along towards the end of the corridor and shaking hands and stuff, and they both see this baby at the end of the hallway, and it's photo opportunity, to kiss a baby on the head sort of thing. And they end up jostling and pushing each other and shoving each other around as they going along. But in the way that kids do in the dinner queue, like trying not to,
Yeah.
obviously, but doing it. And I think and Zach Galifianakis, he falls over right next to the woman and the baby, and then it all goes into super slow motion, and Will Ferrell just like cocks his fist and he swings a punch for Zach Galifianakis, and he moves his head out the way, and he punches this baby right in the fucking head,
Oh
and it's like
Christ!
mega slow motion, and it's all CGI, and the baby's like dummy flies out of its mouth, and
Oh
its
God!
face just goes sideways, and and he it's like the look of realizations on his face. It's all very effects heavy to get it in in that kind of slow motion. It's not true slow motion. It's just all effects. Um, and he just punches this baby in the
Oh
head so fucking
Christ!
hard. And I don't think I've laughed as hard at a film since I was a child.
Yeah.
I had to pause it because I was just dying with laughter. I cannot explain how like just how brutal it is. He proper nails this kid in the head like
God.
um yeah, and that's just one very funny scene from it, and I just yeah. I'm laughing at it now thinking of
Well,
it. But overall, it is a very good film. It does. I don't think it gets as much love here because it's to do with American politics
Mm.
and politics films just in general. I don't think they do that well with certainly not with the comedy crowd because they just. I mean, it's politics. It's dry as a mummy's
Yeah, it's
fart at
dry,
the
isn't
best
it?
of times, you know.
It's
But
definitely not. Well, it's not even one I've heard of before.
yeah, not many people have. I think I saw it on the telly. I think it was on the maybe Film 4 or something one night. Um, but it's on and off like Netflix and Prime. You can usually find it on one of them. It's always there somewhere, you know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
one of them that they put on, then they take off, and then a week later they put it back on again.
yeah. They'll swap between
Um,
services, so it'll be on Prime, and then
yeah,
it'll
there's
bounce
probably
over to
licenses
Netflix,
or
and
something,
then yeah,
but I always see it popping up on one of them. But if you see it, it's definitely worth a watch. You don't
yeah.
need
I'll
to
give
know
it a go.
anything about politics. It's just them two going at
Just
each
them
other
two.
in like a popularity contest, having all these stupid digs and like name calling, and it all just escalates. And yeah, and they're both brilliant in it. But yeah, I heavily recommend that.
Oh, good. I'll give it
I
a
think
go.
it's my favorite Will Ferrell film of all
I'm not that
of his
much of a
typical Will Ferrell films.
yeah. I'm not like a big Will Ferrell fan. Like I've never seen Elf. Everybody raves about how
Oh,
good
Elf's
Elf is,
great.
and I've
Elf's
never
really
seen
good.
it.
Definitely watch that. The kids will love that. Like, it's really funny
Yeah.
because it's one of them where it's for kids and grown ups. You know, you could both find laughs in it.
Ah, yeah. It's got
Um,
a mix of the humour.
yeah, it's a great one for yeah. There's some really funny stuff in with for kids. Yeah, definitely give Elf a go.
It's one of the ones just bypassed us and just existed. I've known about it, but I've just never gone around
Yeah, I
to
never get
putting it
around to
on.
actually watching it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. All right. One of the ones that I've got on there is a one um different theme, different kettle of fish. But I watched it recently and I hadn't seen it in years, and I forgot how funny it was, and it made me laugh my ass off. Is Road Trip?
Oh yes, with Stifler.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
I'm just going to bring the cast up now because I can't remember who the
try
cast is.
it's
I
it
don't want to
had
get
that.
any
What
of
was
the
her name?
names wrong.
Was it Buffy's little sister? Was in it?
Yeah,
Oh,
in one of the
she was in the
sequels. In one of
sequel.
the
Yeah, she was in
sequels.
the sequel. Yeah.
Yeah, so the original one was Todd Phillips, Amy Smart, Sean William Scott, uh, Breckin Meyer. I think that's how you pronounce his great name. And Tom Green was the guy that left at home with the snake.
Oh, with a snake. Oh, fuck yeah, with a snake. Unleash
No.
the Fury.
Oh no.
Mitch the snake. Yeah. God, that was
Mitch,
funny. Yeah.
do it, Mitch.
Do it, Mitch.
Do
Yeah. He
it.
stood with the guitar.
Unleash the fury.
Unleash the Fury. And it ends up biting him because
Yeah,
it's
it
like
lunges, it
is it
doesn't
like a rat
latches
or
on.
something in
Yeah.
the tank for like a week and it does nothing and then it bites him. Yeah, that was funny.
Oh god, it's hilarious that scene. That's great. Yeah,
Yeah, I do
it's
like.
an older one now. It's an early 2000s, I
Oh God,
think.
yeah.
Must have been. And it came on the back of another one that I've got on my list is the American Pie movies. Came on
Yeah,
kind of the back
it was that kind of
came
vibe.
on the back
Yeah.
of those, yeah. Where didn't he make the guy um Bracken, I think,
2000.
made a sex tape with a girl that he'd been trying to hook up with or that he'd known about and sent it to his girlfriend. Obviously there was no emails, there was no or very limited emails and kind of social media.
God,
So it was
yeah.
like literally a VHS that he sent her by accident. And it was the road trip was trying to beat the postal service to
Yeah,
get
that's
over
it.
to get the
Yeah.
video.
God, I forgot about the story. Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously just all the adventures to get up to along the way. I always
Yeah,
remember the
because
scene with it.
they went to the party, didn't they? The frat party,
Yeah, the
and
frat party.
they were bullshitting their way into the frat, but saying that they were part of the fraternity and it was
Yeah.
a black fraternity.
Yeah. God.
God, that was funny.
God, it's a great movie. It was really, really funny. If you get a chance, put it on, watch it. Very funny. And it strongly came off the back of the American Pie movies. And the American Pie movies I've got on there as well because they're some of my favourite comedy movies. I think we hit the right kind of age
Oh,
bracket.
yeah, they came out at the perfect time for like
Yeah,
our age. Yeah,
just at the right age. We were
yeah.
what, like 16, 17,
Uh,
maybe a little bit younger, perhaps. When
let's have a look when American Pie came out.
I want to say 99, the first one, but I'm not.
Yeah, I think yeah. 99. Yeah, yeah. And Road
99,
Trip was 2000. Yeah, so we'll have been
15,
18.
16.
No, 18. around that time. Well, 17, I think. I would have been anyway. You'd have been about 36.
I've not been 36. Fucking hell.
Yeah, old
Cheeky
bastard.
fucker. Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
because I think we went to see we were at uni when we went to see American Pie in '99. Were we? Or were we at college?
really. I definitely went to see. I seen the first one on video when it came out,
Mm.
and I thought it was hilarious. And I went and seen the second one at the cinema.
I can't remember the second one.
Oh, the second one's
I must
great.
have
It's
seen it, but I can't
where
remember
they
it
go
much.
to like the
The
summer
college or
holiday
something.
to like a lake house,
Oh, it was
and they're painting and
spring break
decorating.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and they find that they think that the two of the women that live in there, Stifler's like adamant that they're lesbians, so he
Uh-huh.
breaks into the house, and the other guys are trying to get him out as the two girls come back in and find them in there. And he's running around the drawers and he finds like the sex toys in the drawer and he's running around, dildo. And he's running up and down the stairs with this massive dildo. Came out at the right time for us, the right age for us. And it was just, how would you describe it? Like raunchy comedy?
Uh,
There's bound to be a phrase for it. There's bound to be a
yeah,
correct way that it's described.
yeah, probably like a bawdy. I mean, it's on here as comedy romance, but I don't really think that really
No,
describes
I
it
thought
very
it was
well.
comedy romance.
It was yeah, I wouldn't know how to describe it. Like a bawdy sort of
Well, I like them all. I
teen
like the
comedy.
first one. The first one obviously was great. The second one, I killed myself laughing. And I even like the later sequel. I mean, there's loads of spin-off movies from it now, but the original cast movies, The Wedding, I really enjoyed The Wedding, and The Reunion, the one more recently.
I've not seen any. I think I've only seen 1 and 2. I don't think I saw any after that.
Yeah, give them a watch. They're good. They're funny. Though I'm trying to think of some funny bits from the the Wedding. It's just Stifler. It's all Stifler takes a big role in The Wedding one.
Mm.
Because in the first one he had like kind of a bit part, he had a little bit more in the second one.
Yeah, he was a side character in the first one, wasn't he? He was
Yeah,
hardly in it.
very much
He had
so.
like 3
Very much
lines.
so.
Yeah,
And just Sean William Scott, I like him as an actor. And he was popular at the time.
I think he's brilliant. I still stand by the fact that I think he should have been Deadpool.
Yeah, he would have been great as Deadpool. Yeah, that's a really good shout.
I've always said it since they announced that Ryan Reynolds was doing it. I said Sean William Scott should have been Deadpool.
How old is he now? He must be getting on a little bit now, though.
Let's have a Google.
Did you ever see a film he was in called Bulletproof Monk?
I didn't. He's 48 now.
He's not as old as I thought.
Not that old.
No.
How old's
Bulletproof Monk's really funny.
Yeah, it was it Chow Yun Fat was in that one?
Yeah.
Nice. Ryan Reynolds is 48.
Yeah.
So was a year younger. There you go. Deadpool.
Yeah,
Once they sack him, because apparently everybody hates him now.
Deadpool. He'll be a variant. Rock up as a variant.
Yeah. He was in a film. Sean William Scott. He's been in a few films where he was in a. Oh, it's also on my list. It's a beautiful segue. That called Goon. Have you seen that? Where
Oh yeah, we chatted about it before. Yeah,
Yeah.
the ice hockey players.
Oh yeah. They're brilliant. Really funny. He's like, his job as a hockey player is to beat people up. Is what they call a goon.
Yeah.
But he's really nice. He's just like really affable and friendly, and he doesn't take it seriously. And there's no sort of malice in it whatsoever. He's just
goes on because he's good at what he does.
He's just really hard. Like he can beat people up, and he can take a massive beating, and he understands that that's his job. And he's just really nice. And he's there's 2 goon films. But in the first one, there's an old goon on another team who like he's got it out for him. And
Isn't
he's like it's Liev Schreiber.
Liev Schreiber, yeah.
He's like the king of the goons, yeah. So he's he's like the great white whale of the first film. Loads of like sort of because he's so dumb. He's just like, but he's not like sort of moronic dumb. He's just like very innocent. And he takes everything kind of at face value. So there's a lot of humor in that, in how sort of nice he is, and there's some great fights and sort of hockey stuff in it as well. So yeah, Goon's brilliant, and the second one, Goon 2, is excellent as well, just as good as the first, and that's got what's his name, Wyatt Russell, Captain America, bad guy Captain America,
Oh yeah.
Thunderbolts guy. He's the like bad guy in that film. He's a
I
goomba. He's
don't think
like
I've seen the
insane.
second.
He's like lost his mind. Yeah, I'd definitely watch both of them if you've not seen them. They're great films.
I'll check the second one out. 100% seen the first one with Liv Schreiber,
Mm.
but I've never seen the second. I don't think so anyway. But I'll have a look.
Second one's it's very similar. It's like follows the same formula, but I think
Yeah,
he's injured his arm after the first one. He injures his arm, so he can't really fight anymore.
I'll check out the second one. The first one was very good. I remember putting the first one on up as a bit of a filler movie, thinking,
Mm.
oh, might be all right. I like Sean William Scott, see what it's like, and thinking it was great and good fun.
Yeah, the good for the very feel good as well. They like sort of happy, There's nothing too serious about them
Yeah,
because it's just hockey at the end of the day. Sorry, hockey fans, but yeah, it's sort of about just the game really, and yeah, but they're still very feel good as well as being
yeah.
very funny.
The love of scrap in hockey games, don't they? Okay, so the another one I'll put isn't so much. Well, it is movies, but an actor, one of my favorite comedy actors from particularly the '90s was Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah,
Like he's got a laundry list of comedy movies. Is that the correct way? It's term of phrase. He's got a laundry list of movies.
yeah, sport, yeah.
Yeah. Um, but The Mask was fantastic. I loved The Mask as a kid. I love Lion
Yes,
Liar,
yeah, I did like the mask. Yeah,
Dumb and Dumber. As it
loved Dumb and
got a little
Dumber
bit older, Me,
as a kid.
Myself, and
Yeah,
Irene.
yeah, I like me myself and Irene, but I couldn't. I think it petered off a lot towards the end.
Yeah, it
I don't
started
know.
stronger than it
I
finished.
don't know
Yeah,
if the story like ran out of steam or it just they played out the one joke
yeah,
by that point. But I just I remember really enjoying the start of it and then struggling hard a lot towards the end to finish it.
yeah.
But it does have some brilliant gags in it. The ex limousine driver
Oh,
with
yeah,
the nunchuck. I think he's got
yeah,
nunchucks, has he? And he beats him up with
yeah,
them on the
yeah,
porch.
yeah. Christ, God, yeah. I mean, that
Yeah, me,
was
myself, and Ira was good. I couldn't get away with the Ace Venturas. I enjoyed them at the time, but they were. I'd never watch them again.
oh, really? I love the Ace Ventura movies. I thought they were great. It was a lad from I went to school with who said, "Oh, have you seen this?" I said, "No, no, no." And he says it's hilarious. And I laughed all the way through, all the way through. I used to be able to recite just the entire movies,
Yeah,
just start to finish, put them on, and just kill myself laughing at them. Like when he found out, like the twist at the end of the first one, really found out Finkel is Einhorn. Finkel is
yeah,
Einhorn.
yeah.
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man. Einhorn is a man.
Couldn't get away with that now.
God, it was funny.
Yeah.
Really, really funny. When he's God, even when he was looking, I remember the scene. I can remember vividly the scene when he's in the pool looking for clues to see where the dolphin's gone,
Mhm.
and it's like a really close shot of his
Oh,
face, and
the
he's
Fish Islands. Yeah,
yeah, and he's doing like the captain's log.
yeah.
Captain's log, daily 23.9. I've traveled back in time. Fucking hilarious. Really good.
I might have to watch them again. I've not seen them in a long time.
Great. The
I
second
might
one
have to
as
give
well.
them another
Like
go.
it was in all the trailers. The second one when he falls off the waterfall and he's going, "I'm alive, I'm alive," and then the crocodile's head appears beside him,
Oh God,
and he like
yeah, yeah.
snatches a look at it.
I don't remember much of the second one. I remember it was in Africa, wasn't it? It was set in Africa.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
When he's in the back of there's in the back of the robotic
I remember the
rhino,
rhino.
and
Yeah,
then his fan breaks, and he's in there stifling hot, stripping down to nothing over the hours, pouring with sweat, and the door locks and he can't get out. So he's trying to climb out
aye,
like
yeah.
the arsehole of this rhino, and he's like peeling it back, full of sweat. And there's this family coming on like a safari to pull alongside him, and he just slops out the back of this rhino's arsehole in like a wet, sweaty mess.
To this day, even though I can't remember much of the film, when I'm really sweaty and red hot, I always say, kind of hot in these rhinos. But nobody ever knows what the fuck I'm talking about. And I haven't got time to explain it.
Oh god.
Yeah, the only bit I remember of the second one is I think there's a bit where he's like driving along to the where the bad guy lives in a jeep or something, and he rolls the jeep, and it rolls like 20 times,
Yeah.
and it's completely obliterated and smashed to bits, and then it lands perfectly
Right in
in
the spot.
between two cars, and it's obviously been dropped from a crane because like nothing could like roll
Yeah.
into it, and then he's completely fine.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just it's like a
Like
spoof
a
movie,
glove.
like a glove. It's
Oh.
just ridiculous. Yeah, that's the only bit I really remember from that.
Oh, it's great. It's
Yeah.
good. I like when he's fighting as well with the natives in the
Oh,
second
they
one.
have like the tribal battle, don't they? For
Yeah, the
the
tribal battle, and he stood there and he's
yeah.
going, he just gets a spear and he says, "Throw it, hit me if you can," and he throws it. He goes, "I've got the reflexes of a cat," and it sticks in his leg, and he's going, "Ah, ah," and he says to his mate, give me a spear, throw it," and his mate throws it and it sticks in his other leg. God.
I'm gonna have to give them a watch again. I've not seen them since I was at school. The last time I saw an Ace Ventura.
Oh, God.
I like Dumb and Dumber at school. That was my favorite.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber was good.
Because that was just
Again,
full of
another one at the time that was just the right age for us, I think. Or we were the right age for the movie.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Just the most immature, ridiculous humor. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And I laughed at the stupidest things in it as well. I'm sure if I watch it now, it's probably full of some good jokes. There's probably some good gags and like
I bet there's jokes in it now that we get that we didn't really appreciate at the time.
we'll never clock at the beginning because we were so busy laughing at like the
all
stupid
the visual stuff. Yeah.
The bit where the toilet's broken and he takes a massive shit in the toilet. Because I think he gives him laxatives or something, doesn't he?
Oh,
He's going on a date with the girl that he likes.
Yeah.
And so he gives him a load of laxatives, and the toilet's broken. He goes and he has an enormous laxative shit in the toilet. And I remember as a kid, me and my mate watching it in his bedroom, we were just no good, absolutely dying laughing. That's another one I've not seen in a while. Like,
it's got that van, the dog grooming van.
It looks like a big dog, doesn't it?
Just like a big dog.
God, it's 12 when that come out.
Jeez, it was really fun. Dumb and Dumber. Liar Liar is another great one. Liar Liar had me creased.
I remember I watched it at the time, and it was all right. Like at the time, I thought it was okay. I didn't love it. I could probably do with rewatching it, to be honest.
That's funny. I always remember that one, like his kid makes the wish that his dad can't lie, and then it cuts back to Jim Carrey and he's just had sex with like is it one of his clients or somebody he works with or something like that? I can't remember. And she like rolls over to him and she says, "That was incredible. Was it good for you?" And he instinctively goes, "Well, I've had better." And then his face drops straight away and he's like, "Shit."
Yeah, because he can't tell lies, can he?
No.
He has to tell the truth.
No. And he's going to court and he's trying to find a way to get out of it. And he goes into the bathroom and he's going, and he's kind of trying to rack in his brain. And then he realizes he's going to try and beat himself up. And he's chucking himself against the mirrors and smashing his head in the toilet seat and all this, and goes back in. Like, absolutely a ruin of a man stands in front of the judge. And she goes, "Oh my God." Or he goes, Can you continue? Are you able to continue?" And he goes, "Yes." Like, so begrudgingly. Great. And obviously the mask is another one where I had quotes just coming out my arsehole when I was in school from that movie.
Yeah, I really enjoyed The Mask when I was a kid. I had one of the few videos, like films I had on video.
Yeah. What was the is it like the Rumba or something? The scene that he makes all the cops do outside.
Oh, Cuban Pete.
The Cuban Pete. Yeah. Fucking hell, that's funny. Really funny.
Yeah,
I think
at the time, like the effects in it were amazing for the time.
Oh,
yeah, CGI stuff.
When he puts the mask on and it like clings to his face and
yeah.
Oh,
the stuff in the clubs when his face is changing and things like that, and his eyes are coming out and his mouth, and
like wolf whistling. It
he turns into like a wolf head. Yeah, at the time the effects were mind blowing.
Oh.
Like it was early CGI stuff on it.
Yeah.
Really good. The early
Was it?
good CGI.
It was Cameron Diaz, wasn't it? The
Yes, she was a love interest.
Ipkiss, Stanley Ipkiss.
Stanley Ipkiss, that was his name. Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked in the bank. Because on the first night he robbed the bank, didn't he?
Robbed the bank, yeah. Loaded his fucking his closet up with all the cash.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the villain's name because Dorian, he was called. What was he? Peter Green, the actor.
It's
one of
party
those.
time. PART. Why? Because I gotta. That's when he's full. It might be the first or one of the first couple of times he changes as well. And he's sneaking out past his trying to get past his landlord's room. And he's like creeping about. And she comes out and he screams. And she screams at him and he screams and he's like jaw drops and hits the deck
His
and
eyes pop out.
Yeah. And she whips out a shotgun and tries to take him out with a shotgun and he's bouncing all over. God, it's great. But Jim Carrey was probably, I was going to say he's my favourite comedy movie actor, but I don't know. Because there was so many when I was younger. And it's like we were saying earlier, like I couldn't tell you my favourite comedy movie. There's just lots of comedy movies that I like. Because it's not something that I would always purposefully go out to go, right, I'm going to look for a good comedy movie to watch now.
Same, yeah. I never choose a comedy film to watch. Yeah, I always just end up watching them somehow. I'll catch them on, I'll see them somewhere, or somebody. If enough people give it some back, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to watch comedy shows rather than comedy films.
Oh yeah. Yeah, another couple that I've got from, again, probably 80s movies. There's a couple of good Tom Hanks ones that I liked. I really loved Turner and Hooch, which is a little bit of kind of like an action comedy, probably you would call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dog was great when it's trashing his house.
Yeah, keep smashing his house up.
Yeah, and he's walking around the house saying, "This is the living room. This is not your room.
Yeah, this is not your room.
Yeah, this is the kitchen. The food's kept here. You do not go to the toilet in here. This is not your room." And he's just taking him around the house. And then he goes off and comes back, and the dog's destroyed everything. There's like everything's smashed to bits. The sofa's in bits. The telly's smashed. His records are all chewed to bits. There's fucking slaver and muck everywhere. Great. It's so funny. That dog. And the other Tom Hanks movie that I really liked as well, another 80s one, is The Burbs.
Oh God, yeah, The Burbs was great.
The Burbs was hilarious.
Yeah.
Corey Feldman in as the guy, and there was like the sergeant over the road.
The military nut.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was it Carrie Fisher that it was his wife in The Burbs.
Maybe. It's been a long time since I watched The Burbs. Jesus.
Yeah, that's really good, really funny, a bit creepy as well. Really, to be fair.
I remember it being creepy when I was watching it. Yeah, Carrie Fisher. Aye.
Yeah, a little bit scary, but I mean, good scary, like Beetlejuice kind of scary. Do you know what I mean? Like Beetlejuice as a kid.
Yeah, it was like offbeat, wasn't it? Yeah. It was, yeah.
Good. What about yourself? You got any more to note?
Yeah. Let's have a look on my little list. I've just got a lot of spoofs listed because I love spoofs. I mean, I've not seen them in a long time, but I used to absolutely love spoofs, like the Naked Gun films. Love them. Leslie Nielsen's just if you were to press me on a comedy actor, I'd probably say Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen. He knew how to play it perfectly, though. Like he
his
could play
delivery
it.
was unreal. Yeah.
Deadly serious, and he said, like, if you've seen interviews with him, like he says in the interviews, the trick is to play it as seriously as you can and never give the gag away.
Yeah, because he was like a normal actor. Like he wasn't. He was always seen as just like a comedy actor.
Yeah.
But he was a normal actor before that. He was in was it Forbidden Planet, I think. Yeah, but yeah, I loved the Naked Guns, and he was in one called Spy Hard.
Yeah, Christ.
Me and Kev watched that in the cinema at Durham when we were still at school, and I remember we were absolutely no good
God,
laughing
I'd
at that,
forgotten all
and
about
I
that.
don't think I've seen it since then either. Um, and it's one of them where I don't really know why, but I remember at the time we watched that in the cinema, and we were absolutely dying of laughter in it.
Yeah,
Um, I think it was kind of like a James Bond, Mission Impossible piss take, like spy stuff, Um, yeah, not seen it in 30 year, but I remember loving that. The airplane film, uh,
yeah.
loved
Airplane's
that.
great.
Don't Call Me Shirley.
I was just about to say that's where the Shirley line's from, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, aye.
Shirley, you can't be serious.
Surely can't be
I'm
serious.
always
Yeah,
serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Don't Call Me Shirley. What else was there? Hot Shots.
Hot Shots was
Unbelievable.
fantastic.
Some of the jokes in Hot Shots, like even now, I was watching a compilation earlier of like Hot Shots best lines, and just absolutely piss funny. The the what do you call it? The old boy, the admiral or whatever he is.
Oh
He's
yeah,
constantly talking about like wearing women's clothes and stuff like that.
yeah.
Like a lot of his joke, and there's what was that one? Oh God, I can't remember it now, but I remember I was laughing my head off at it. Something about a funeral. Best funeral I've ever been to, or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, the Hot Shots films were great.
Oh,
Just joke after joke after joke.
Hot Shots, fucking brilliant. The
Mm.
second one, I love the second one when they
Part deux.
yeah, part two, again so many visual gags in there that are just great.
Mhm.
Like when he's the fight at the beginning when they're doing like the hand drops, and instead of like dipping it in like glass and sand and stuff like that, he's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
dipping his hands in like jelly babies and
It was like
gummy
sprinkles and stuff,
bears.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and the chicken, obviously, that was the poster, wasn't it? The chicken
Yes, the bow and arrow.
on his
Yeah,
bow and arrow, throwing the chicken back. I know,
yeah.
watched them all the time.
Loved Hot Shots. All them spoof films. There was another Leslie Nielsen one, Dracula Dead and Loving It, and I
Yeah,
loved that as well. I saw that at the cinema as well when I was a
yeah,
kid,
that was
and I
class.
loved that. I thought that was funny as hell. Yeah. I was thinking there's another one which isn't quite a spoof, but it almost is, called Galaxy Quest. You'll have seen that, have you? With
I know of it, but I've
Tim
never seen
Robbins.
it. Is it?
Oh God, man, you've got to watch Galaxy Quest.
No, it's like isn't it almost like a Star Trek kind of parody with
Yes,
Sigourney Weaver and
it's not a full parody. It's it's set in a world where there was this show called Galaxy. I think it's called Galaxy Quest. But it was like a Star Trek show, and Tim Allen was he was the Captain Kirk.
yeah.
Sigourney Weaver was in it. Sam Iron Man 2. What's he called? Hammer. Sam Rockwell. He was in it.
Oh yeah, Sam
There's a
Rockwell.
bunch of these people in like this TV show, which is essentially Star Trek,
Yeah,
and
just
they
looked
go
at it
they
now.
go to conventions and stuff. Like, and it's well past its prime. But much like a lot of the old Star Trek now, it's all they do is go to conventions. And they just normal the like old struggling actors who haven't
Yeah,
worked properly since this Star Trek show. Anyway, they all get abducted by these aliens who are in an actual alien war, like a massive alien war, because they intercepted these signals of the TV show.
oh
So they
yeah,
think Tim Allen is like a brave space captain and stuff like that, and he's just an actor. But they go along with it because I think they think it's like I think they think it's some kind of like
a
a
publicity
new
kind of
type of
thing.
TV show. They think it's like they've been like brought into a TV show and they have to do it, and all the technology's based off the show. So the ship they're in, it it is a ship, but it's based on the TV show that they were in,
Yeah, so they
and
know
they all wear the uniforms and stuff. Yeah, so but it turns out that they're in a real war against these really vicious alien bug men, and they've got these fantastic prosthetics for the alien, the evil commander, the bad guy. Forgetting his name, was like Zer or something like that.
yeah,
He's like a bug fella, and he tweaks because these aliens that have abducted them, they're really naive, they're really like stupid and childish, and they don't really understand that it's a show. They think it's real.
yeah.
Um, so they play along with it, sort of thing, to not hurt the feelings a bit, and it's so good. Yeah,
I'll definitely give that a watch.
I thought
That
you.
sounds right up my street. I don't know why I've never gotten around to watching it.
I'd have bet £1 million you'd have seen Galaxy Quest.
Mm.
But yeah, it's brilliant. It's such a good, and it's almost a spoof, but it's not quite a spoof. But there's lots of like lines in there that make it almost spoofy because it's like a spoof within a film, if that makes sense, with it within a story.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll
Yeah,
definitely give that a
yeah,
watch.
Galaxy Quest's really good. It I don't think it ever really did that good, but it's got like a cult following now. So, and I'm sure I
Hmm.
read somewhere that now they have like a Galaxy Quest convention, like they did for
Oh,
Star Trek,
nice.
which like which is very
Yeah.
meta. Can't think of any other spoof movies. They don't really do them now, do they?
No, we
I
talked
didn't
about this
like
recently.
the scary movies and all
I
that kind
didn't
of
like
stuff.
them.
Um,
No.
that was like a 2000s wave of spoof films, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But they were a bit too, I don't know, they were a bit too on the nose.
Yeah, it was just all just.
It was
It was
just
just
references. It was like Family
just
Guy. It's like a
references
reference.
to take
Yeah,
the
like
piss out
lots of
of. Yeah,
references.
yeah. There was
Whereas,
no kind of original humor in there. It was just all. We'll take the scene and we'll just do a funny twist on it.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, they would make like take a scene from a film and like make it
Yeah,
silly. Yeah.
because they did it. I can't remember what it was called. They did a superhero one that was a bit like a parody from Spider Man, didn't they?
Yes. I remember seeing the trailer. It
Yeah,
was
I
called
can't
Not
remember.
Another Superhero Movie or something. I think.
Yeah, it was Drake Bell, wasn't it?
I
I
don't
think
know.
it
I
was
never
Drake
saw
Bell
it.
that was
Yeah.
it.
Um.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas the old spoofs, there was some like sight gags and like references, but there was more like zingers and like one-liners.
Yeah,
Like absurd kind of jokes.
they made the full movie as well. Though, like Dracula Dead and Loving It, they went right. Well, we know this. Everybody knows like the story of Dracula, but we'll just do our own thing with it.
Yeah, we'll just fill it with jokes and
Yeah.
um, rather than just like cramming in Matrix references and things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't watch Family Guy now for that reason because it's just like reference after reference, and
Yeah.
I just don't get it anymore. Yeah, but yeah, spoof movies, love spoofs, all
Right.
spoof movies.
Another one I've got is going back. I think every time I've gone on about one, I've gone further and further back in time. Is See No Evil, Hear No Evil
Oh, Richard Pryor,
with Richard
Gene
Pryor,
Wilder.
yeah, Jim Wilder, yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that in a long
So
time.
fucking funny. Like again, as a kid, I thought it was fucking hilarious, and as a kid, like I laughed a lot at it because there was I probably watched it a bit young, and there was a lot of swearing in it, and it was funny the kind of the way they were joking and swearing at each other.
Mhm.
But some of the gags as well, like obviously one of them's blind. Um, Jim Wilder's blind. No, Jim Wilder's deaf, and Richard Pryor is blind, isn't it? That's the way around it is. It's a funny scene in it when they're on the run and they're escaping from the police and they're trying to get rid of this police car. And he's saying, "What? You mean you can't hear a single thing I'm saying? Not a single thing. Even if I came over and I screamed in your ear, you wouldn't hear anything." And he goes, "Oh, you know what? I've never actually tried it." So he goes over, so Richard Pryor like fumbles his way across and finds him, gets right in his ear and goes, "Hello, can you hear me? Is the Jesus Christ, I'm choking myself. Can you hear anything I'm saying? Ah!" And he goes, "Yes, yes, I can hear you." "Oh my God, I'm cured. Yes, I can hear." And he goes, "Really? Really? You can really hear me?" He goes, "No, you schmuck. I'm fucking deaf." Oh, great. Really good
It's
film.
been. I probably watched it as a kid. Because
Fucking kill myself.
I remember seeing the trailer a lot when I was a kid, and I probably watched it at some point when one of my parents and my grandparents had it on video. But I couldn't tell you anything that happened. It's been if I have seen it, it's been 30 easy.
Yeah. Hilarious. Just a really, really good comedy. And like, it has been a long time I watched it. I don't know if it's. I mean, there's bound to be something in there that wouldn't get across the line today because it's that old.
Oh, I mean, half of these films that we're talking about, just some of the jokes never get away with them.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, See No Evil, Hear No Evil is great. Really, really funny. There's another one as well that they're both in. I can't remember what it's called, where Jane Wilder's a compulsive liar, and he gets out anyway. But there gets to a scene at the end, and the two of them are in there, and they're out, and there's a bear, and this bear fucking stands up over them, and the bear like a grizzly bear, and it's fucking massive. And Jane Wilder's like trying to talk the bear down. He's going, be calm, be calm. And he goes, it's a fucking bear. Get out the way. I'm going to shoot it. And he says, no, you're not. And he says, get out the fucking way. Oh, it's class. Really fun. Oh, I can't remember what the movie's
What the
called.
hell
That's going
film
to
was
piss me
that?
off. That's going to really piss me off. I'll find it. I'll find it and I'll put a post on. That's really funny.
I'm on the Googles now. Let's go, kid.
Nah.
The first one. Oh no, it's got Gene Wilder beard. Bear.
Jane
Oh
Wilder,
no,
Richard Pryor.
I was just bringing up comparisons of how much he looks like the guy from The Bear, the
Yeah.
TV show. He does a bit. I never really noticed that before. Yeah, he
God.
could play it. Jeremy Allen White.
Tell you when I see it. When I see the Another You, that's what the movie's called.
Yeah, I've got one more on my list of films, and that is Black Dynamite. Have you seen that?
Black Dynamite. I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think I've even heard of that.
It's Michael Jai White. I think that's how you pronounce it, or Jay White.
Oh,
The
yeah.
guy who played Spawn.
Yeah, Spawn. Yeah.
It was made in like, I don't know exactly when, but it was made sort of recent. It was made 2009, but it looks like a film from the 70s. Like it was filmed, and it's got either filters or it was just filmed on old stock. It looks just like that really crackly sort of rubbish, low contrast look to it. It looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
it was filmed in like the 60s or the 70s. I think he's a cop, a detective, but he's also a pimp and a martial artist. He's just kung fu and stuff, and he's just this enormous, like swinging dick, like cool dude. You know, got like an afro and a big mustache, and he wears flares and leather jackets and stuff like that. And I honestly couldn't tell you what the script is because it's just joke after joke after joke, and there's lots of like there's gags about how badly it's been made. There's one bit where I was no good laughing at it the first time I saw it. I think Black Dynamite, the main character, he walks into a room and he says he says, "Who's in charge here?" And there's like two goons, and one of them says sarcastically, "I am." And it's obviously written in the script sarcastically, "I am," but he's just read the whole line. And there's another bit that's a fight scene, and one of Black Dynamite's friends is I think he's called Bullhorn. He's beating up some goons, and he's beating one of them up, and he hits him but it looks like he hits him for real. And this extra's like, what the fuck you doing, man? What the fuck? And he's like, starts pushing him, and then it immediately cuts to the same scene, but it's a totally different stunt man doing
extra.
It's just like intentionally shit. I don't know if you've seen Dark Place, the TV series, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
a lot like that. It's like it's intentionally being made rubbish, you know, like with like the bad edits and stuff like that, and bad line reads, and the microphone dipped into the screen all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't believe you've not seen Black Dynamite either. Yeah, brilliant. It's one of them where just every scene is like, it's just line after line after line that you can just, they're all just like catchphrase lines, you know?
Yeah.
And jokes that you could just repeat just ad hominem. Brilliant film.
I'll check it out.
I think they made a cartoon of it as well, where I never saw the cartoon, like a cartoon TV series.
All right, yeah.
But I never watched that. But yeah, that's got good scores. 83 Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah.
I'll have a look.
Definitely give Black Dynamite a look. Get it downloaded. It's hilarious. One of the funniest films, like modern films, I've seen.
Yeah. What did you think of the Cornetto trilogy? The Shaun of the Dead and World's End and what was the other one? Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz was my favourite by a long shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shaun of the Dead I didn't mind. I thought it was all right. Some good like sort of callback referencey jokes to like old horror movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't mind Shaun of the Dead. World's End, it didn't really stick with me. Didn't gel with me
Ah,
much at
see,
all.
I think
I couldn't quite
World's
get
End
away
is
with it.
might be my favorite one.
All right, for me, it just didn't have the jokes. Like it had jokes and there was some funny scenes, but yeah, I think it just lacked all the. It's hard to describe. Like while I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, like, I don't think it's that good, but I couldn't tell you why I don't think it's that good. You know, like it just didn't really click with me.
Yeah.
I think after Hot Fuzz, I was expecting just jokes, joke after joke after joke. Because Hot Fuzz was like that. There was a lot of like if they weren't telling a joke, it was just like funny acting. You know,
Yeah.
like just side comedy or like not slapstick, but just the way they do stuff. There's the bit in Hot Fuzz where the two detective guys, are they called the Andes? They call the
Yes.
Andes, the two
Yeah.
detective fellas.
I
I
think
think they
so.
talking shit to what's his name, Simon Pegg, and they sort of like they walk off camera, and then one of them like sticks his head back on camera and walks off again. It just it was fucking brilliant. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So I was expecting a lot more of that, but I think World's End was a little bit more serious. It it took itself not took itself seriously, but
Yeah, yeah, I know what you. I think I
it
know
was
what you mean. It had
yeah,
a
it was
little bit more of a. There was some more kind of serious undertones to it, wasn't there?
yeah, it was less silly, like it didn't
Yeah,
have that silliness that Hot Fuzz had.
yeah. I did like that. It's got some good lines in that I love. Like, and I love the fight they have with the alien or the replicants in the bar when they're all half cut and they're like
Oh
pulling their
yeah.
heads off in the toilets.
Oh yeah, as the fight starts in the toilet, isn't there?
Yeah, I love that. I fucking man, it might be my favorite part of the movie. But at the end of the movie, when they're in wherever we're in they're in the world's end and they're in there anyway. They're talking up to them, and there's the voice of the
It's the
aliens,
computer, isn't it?
the
The
computer. Yeah, is talking over
supercomputer.
them.
Yeah.
He says, he says, "Why don't you get back in your rocket and fuck off back to Legoland, you cunts?" Christ, that line ruined me. Absolutely ruined me.
Yeah. I
But I
didn't
like them.
I didn't mind it, but yeah, it was definitely third for me. Um, it's Shaun of the Dead as well. I don't know. It was a good film, but I couldn't tell you why it didn't click. It just never really gelled with me. Some really
Yeah,
good
I mean,
jokes in it.
I enjoy them all. If I was ranking them, I'd definitely put World's End top because I think that it just hit well with me. Then Hot Fuzz because Hot Fuzz is great, and
Yeah.
there's not much between them two. And Shaun of the Dead's probably the the one I would rank third.
Mhm.
Not that it's particularly bad. I just don't think it's as strong as the other ones. Because
Yeah. I think hype killed him a lot as well. I never saw Shaun of the Dead for quite a while after it came out
yeah,
because I'm just not a comedy. It's certainly not a comedy horror fan. Yeah, it takes a lot to get me to watch them. But then when I did watch it, I think people were hyping it up so much that it was just the funniest film ever.
yeah,
That by the time I watched it, I was a bit unimpressed.
yeah.
But that I think that does to every film. That I mean, every film gets it's easy to kill any film with hype. I think
Yeah.
it's the easiest way to kill a film.
Definitely the only other ones that I've got on there on my little list that I wrote down before, and I didn't want to keep going because I could have just kept going and putting loads and loads on.
Mm.
But again, another one that's based around the actor rather than movies is Eddie Murphy movies. Eddie Murphy had a great string of movies that I loved. Like Beverly Hills Cop was full of comedy,
Mhm.
very action comedy. The Golden Child
Yeah,
was
I love Gold Child. Yeah.
brilliant. I love The Golden Child. Um, Vampire in Brooklyn. That was really fucking
Yeah.
funny as well.
Mhm.
Really funny. It was. I can't remember the name of his minion, but his minion in Vampire in Brooklyn was great.
I can't remember much of Vampire in Brooklyn at all.
Oh, like all these like appendages start falling off.
Yeah, he was a. I remember he had like a zombie. Yeah, he looked after the car, didn't he? Because in
Yeah,
the end,
yeah.
he gets turned into a vampire, doesn't he?
That's right. Yeah,
He gets turned into Dracula essentially.
yeah.
Wasn't Chris Rock, was it?
No, must be too early for that.
Can't remember it enough.
Yeah, but that was great. Eddie Murphy. Memorable. And then he did like the more kind of comedy-esque ones as well, didn't he? Like he did Nutty Professor.
Yes, I like Nutty Professor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sequel. They were both good.
Nah, what was the other one he did? Doctor Dolittle. He did Doctor Dolittle as well. But I struggled a bit looking for. I mean, not that I struggled finding one, but I struggled for a comedy movie that I would call my favourite, just because I don't. There's lots and lots that I like, but there's not something that I would cling on to and go back and go, oh, I want to watch that again. I want to watch a comedy movie. I'm going to put it on and watch it again and
Yeah,
again and again.
yeah. Yeah. Aside from like spoof films, because they tend to be just jokes, like just joke after like lots of one-liners and singers and stuff like that. Um, Rather than like a what would you consider like a long comedy? Like I don't know. Um, yeah, I'd rarely put one on, and
Mm.
it's the kind of thing where I'm more likely to put a YouTube video on of the thing that I find funny,
Yeah.
the one thing that I'm looking for that makes me laugh.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Yeah.
Say like recently Renfield. I thought that was quite good, that Renfield film with Nick Cage.
Renfield was good. I enjoyed
Um,
Renfield.
and the whole film was quite good, but the scene where Renfield gets home and Dracula's in his flat waiting for him,
Oh, yeah.
and Renfield's like saying, I was just doing this, master, and I was busy, and I was going to get back to you as soon as possible. I'm looking for the virgins, and Dracula's sitting just going, yes, yes, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
yeah, just completely taking the piss. That was hilarious. That was the by far the funniest bit of the whole film. Um, and yeah, I could have watched them two bickering and bitching on for a whole movie.
Yeah, it was great.
Um,
It needed more of that, I thought.
Definitely more interaction between the two.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think just more of Nick Cage being Dracula. He
Yeah.
just he looked like he was having the absolute time of his life.
Yeah.
Um,
Which he does in most movies that he's in now, to be honest. Like he just.
oh yeah, I think he picks scripts based on how much
Yeah.
he'll enjoy them, sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Um, he seems to anyway. But
Alright, good. Well, that's almost the hour mark, so we'll call it there. And that was comedy. Next week, I can't remember what we've got next week. I want to say that it might be horror. Have we done horror yet?
I've no idea. You'll
I'll
have to
check.
go
I'll
back and
find
look.
out. Anyway, the next genre will be next week. Um, Thanks for listening, guys. Remember to like and follow, show your support. Let us know if there's any of your favorite comedy movies that we've missed in the comments, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.